everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So, different setup. First of all, I am at my desk tonight. I wanted to just change it up a little bit, and I hope you guys don't mind the change. Let me know if you like it or don't like it or whatever you think. And next off, I have something a little bit different today. I will be doing bedtime story reading tonight, and I'm just going through some childhood things and in my closet, and I came across this right here, Curious George. I love Curious George. As a kid, when I was like 4, 5, 6 years old, and I would I would read his books a lot. My parents would read it to me growing up, so it's a big part of my childhood. So I will be reading through some stories from this book. It's like 8 stories, yeah. So I'll be going through it, and I'll be showing you the pages. I hope it comes out good. I really do. Also, thank you guys for being nice to me in the comments last video. I really appreciate it. So, New Adventures of Curious George. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna scooch over to my left. That way you guys can see the book better. Yeah, I'll do that. There you go. Better. Alright. So, The New Adventures of Curious George by Margaret and H.A. Ree. Okay. So we won't be reading all of these, but we will be reading the first 3 stories. We'll see, depending on how long they are. But I'd like to get through at least 2. Alright. Margaret and H.A. Ree's Curious George goes to a chocolate factory. This is George. Wait. There we go. This is George. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. One day, George went for a drive with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. Look, George, he said, there's a store in that chocolate factory up ahead. Let's stop for a treat. George loved chocolates. Inside the store, a box of chocolates were stacked everywhere, but the man with the yellow hat found his favorites right away. George, he said, wait here while I buy these, and please stay out of trouble. George looked around the store. He saw chocolates, covered cherries, and fudge-flavored lollipops. A chocolate bunny caught his eye. Then something else caught his eye. What were all those people looking at? George was curious. He climbed up to get a better look. Through the window, he saw lots of trays filled with little brown dots. What were all those little brown dots? George was curious. He found a door that led to the other side of the window. The little brown dots were chocolates, of course. A tour guide was showing a group of people how to tell what was inside the chocolates by looking at the swirls on top. The little swirl means fudge. This one says that caramel is inside, and this wiggle is for marshmallow. This is the squiggle for a truffle. This one is for nougat. The sideways swirl is for orange fluff, and this one is for George's favorite, banana cream. George followed the tour group until they came to a balcony overlooking a room where the chocolates were made. Down below, busy workers picked the candy off the machines and put them in boxes. These were machines that made the chocolates with the swirls on top. The chocolates came out of the machines in long belts, but how did they get their swirls? George was curious. He climbed down from the balcony and up onto a machine. George peeked inside. He was trying to see what was making the swirls when all of a sudden, the chocolates began coming out faster and faster. They sped by him so quickly they seemed to be running on legs of their own. "Quick, bring the boxes," yelled the man with the tall white hat. "What happened?" asked another man. Nobody answered. Nobody knew what had happened, and everyone was so busy that no one noticed George. Also, I hope you guys don't mind the fact that I'm pretty far away from the camera, especially when I'm showing you the pages. The workers began to fall behind, and the candy began to fall off the end of the belt. "Save the chocolates," yelled the man with the tall white hat. Meanwhile, George saw one of his favorites whiz by. He tried to catch the banana cream chocolate, but it was too fast. He chased it to the end of the belt. At the end of the belt, a pile of chocolates was growing taller and taller. George had never seen so many chocolates. As he searched for the banana cream, he put the others in empty boxes. George was a fast worker. Someone noticed and yelled, "Bring that monkey more boxes. He's helping us catch up." Not all the chocolates made it into boxes, but no more chocolates fell on the floor. Just when George and the workers were all caught up, the tour guide ran in with the man with the yellow hat. "Get that monkey out of here," she yelled. "He's ruining our chocolates." "But this little monkey saved the chocolates," explained the workers. Then the man with the tall white hat said to George, "You may have caused us some trouble, but you were a speedy little monkey. You deserve a big box of candy for all your help." George was glad he was not in trouble, but he did not take the chocolates. Oh, I wonder why. Back in the parking lot, the workers waved goodbye as George and his friend got into their little blue car. "George, are you sure you don't want any chocolates before we leave?" he asked the man with the yellow hat. George was sure. And that concludes this story. I don't think I'd have time for the next story, to be honest, tonight. But I can do like a minute or two of tapping, if that's okay with you. I'm gonna pop these out. I'm gonna just tap for you. Comment down below if you liked reading Curious George as a kid. And also comment down below if you want to see or listen to another one of these videos of me reading children's bedtime stories. I don't have many, but I can always just do a part 2 from this book. Series, yeah. I'll stop when this minute ends. Okay. So, I think that concludes guys enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe if you want to, no pressure. But it'll be much appreciated.